Should the Niners be concerned about Talanoa Hufanga's coverage lapses? It seems like when the Niners get burned, it's for long catches, and he's aggressively trying to stop something underneath. I don't know if it's his fault, but he's instinctual, and he is breaking hard on 7-yard throws and giving up 50-yard catches that haven't always counted. Do you think this is a concern?
Yeah, it's a concern. This was the question about the player coming out. This is why he was a day 3 pick, is because he doesn't have great 40 time. He's not a great coverage player. Now he can make up for it coming forward because he's got great film study. He's a smart, tough football player who spends a lot of time. I mean, he spends a lot of time learning the craft and studying the game plan. So he, the one thing Jimmy Ward was like, hey, he's like, when Hufanga sees it, there's no hesitation. He just goes. So we see that against the run, and he's attacking the mesh point. But as he's played more, he falls off some tackles, and he's got some coverage liability in the deep part of the field. And so, yeah, I mean, I think ultimately he's so accountable, Grant, that when they get to the playoffs, I think he'll tighten his coverage, and I think you'll see the best of Hufanga in all phases of the game in the postseason. But if there's a weakness to his game, it's downfield coverage.
It does feel like the last 2 games, the last 2 weeks, Tom Brady, Mike McDaniel have been trying to go after Hufanga and have had some success. It's just that they've gotten obliterated by the rest of the 49ers. They haven't really been able to stick with it, and they fell behind and all that stuff. Neither team could block, but it seems like that was their game plan. They're seeing it on film, and a team potentially like Philly or those 3 teams, Buffalo, Kansas City, teams with good offensive lines and great quarterbacks that push the ball down the field, could actually take advantage of this the way Kansas City did. So, I don't know. Interesting. I still think Talanoa is one of the better players on the defense.
No doubt.
But
I'm riding with Huff, but there's coverage concerns.
And it's hard
and he
to
knows
get
it.
here.
If he was sitting right here right now, I would say,
right,
we're rolling with you. We got confidence in you, but tighten up your coverage down the field because that's where you're weak.
Yeah.
And he would say, you know what? I know it,
agree.
and I'm working at it. So what more can you ask for?
And I think the Niners also, with this pass rush, the way it forces quarterbacks to make quick throws, I think they'd rather have a player like Hufanga who's aggressive to make plays on underneath throws, maybe at the expense of giving up a couple throws deep, because most teams don't have time to throw deep. And you know what I'm saying?
Played safety for the 85 Bears? Gary Fensick, but he couldn't cover. Did anybody ever find out?
No one had time to test it.
Right.
And you had Tart, who was that kind of play it safe, don't be in the wrong, don't give up a long pass. But I think maybe with this kind of pass rush, you'd rather have Hufanga still with certain matchups. If you can neutralize his pass rush, they're coming after 29.
Look at the ball skills now with Hufanga and Gibson. Gibson's got like 28 career picks. Hufanga's got a great nose for the ball. You're absolutely right. Are they elite coverage guys? No. But guess what? If you can get it done up front and affect the quarterback, those guys are going to pick off a pass.
Oh, yeah. The other thing in the secondary I've noticed is Lenore. He's playing very conservative. I'm sure it's what the coaches want him to do. But basically what he's doing is keeping everything in front of him. And I don't know if he's given up any touchdowns, but it just feels like you got a green light on that side of the field if you have a good quarterback and a good wide receiver. And I don't know. They were trying to go over there. It says Brady kept missing Julio Jones, who's washed, in my opinion. So, I don't know.
I like Lenore, man. I think
Justin Jefferson would go to town on Lenore. Sorry.
Yeah, but Lenore's a dog, though. I mean, yes. Lenore's tough, and I like Lenore, but and maybe that's the way they're coaching it. Maybe they want to.
I think so.
They want to be incredibly conservative. Maybe they're trying to get make. I think the game plan clearly was make Brady drive the length of the field, right? Give him the underneath stuff. Yeah, especially in the second half, it really worked.